With us now, Brian Gantz, President and CEO of Burnett Technologies, Inc., and Peter Earle with the American Institute for Economic Research. So, gentlemen, welcome, and thanks for coming on today. Brian, I'd like to start with you. As a CEO of a company, this email that Elon Musk wants to see employees of the federal government respond to, does this seem totally out of line to you?
Yeah, honestly, it does seem totally out of line. It would be akin to one of my board members sending a similar email to my employees. I have to say kudos to the cabinet secretaries Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, and Pete Hegseth, who told their people either to pause on answering or not to answer, because I think they really have to be in charge of their own employees. So I do think it's very confusing. And it was an overstep, I think, of his authority.
But your company is not $2 trillion in debt, I'm assuming.
No, we're not $2 trillion in debt. But realistically, 89% of the budget is five things. It's Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the military, and interest on the debt. So even if they cut 10% of the workforce, if they cut 220,000 people, that would be a savings of $22 billion, which translates into approximately $64 a person. So it's not where the money is. And, as John Dillinger famously said when they asked him why he robbed banks, that's where the money is. I think DOGE really needs to be looking at the areas where we're spending a lot of money.
All right. Brian's thoughts on that. Peter, I'll move to you on this if we could pivot to New York City congestion pricing. We talk a lot about it because it's the first in the nation to do so. But listen to this. So President Trump is attempting to end it. There's a court battle with it, but this congestion pricing toll that New York Governor Kathy Hochul implemented. But look at this here on your screen. How much money this program has already made? Almost $50 million in revenue in New York. Remember, it charges you if you have the Easy Pass. It's $9 to get into to Manhattan, the busiest part, if you will, and higher than that if you don't have that Easy Pass. $50 million in revenue. Not quite sure exactly how that money is going to be spent, where it's going to go, but it was meant to ease congestion. Obviously, though, there's a lot of money being raked in this small amount of time. Peter, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, however much money that congestion pricing program raised, we know that the price is going to go up over time. It'll probably be expanded to other areas in the five boroughs, and that inevitably, instead of financing infrastructure projects and all that, that money is primarily going to go to excessive administrative bloat, inefficient project management, and runaway construction expenses. So, there's no lid on it. If the worst thing to happen is that it's working and raising money, all that means is that those prices and the costs associated with them are going to rise over time.
Yeah. Right. And the fact that it's able to raise so much money, if the goal was to have more people take public transit, you've still got people driving in and out of the city. We've seen that by the nearly $50 million raised. Let's pivot to this and end on this note. Eggflation, it's going up. Restaurant chains, Denny's has been impacted now. Apparently plans to add a surcharge for meals with eggs as the company deals with the ongoing bird flu outbreak. Now, they've yet to disclose which locations would see the surcharges. And of course, that comes after more than 20 million chickens were killed following the virus here. So Brian, what kind of difficult decision are some of these restaurant chains forced to make as a result of this bird flu?
Well, this is not an uncommon strategy. In business, we see this all the time. When oil prices are up, there's always surcharges on transportation. But with any cost that you pass on to your consumer, you really have to question, what am I doing to demand? Is this going to have a permanent impact on people not going to Denny's? I am sure this is a very difficult decision for them to make. On the other hand, there's only, so long that you can absorb these costs without passing them on to the consumer.
All right, leave it there. Brian Gantz and Peter Earle, thank you both. Gentlemen, we do appreciate you paneling with us on National Report today.